you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Today's episode brought to you by Davis Home Inspections of Albany, Oregon, and Southpaw's Perfect Pizza in Albany. Great pizza for the community. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Well, I am so glad to be here live with you this morning. Really excited about the platform of live broadcasting. And now the podcast is going live every Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love to have you join us. But if you miss it, you can watch it on replay. It sits on Facebook. It sits currently on Twitter, on YouTube. And then there's also a replay on LinkedIn and all your favorite podcasts. Platforms for audio podcasts. It'll be there as well. So glad to have you here. I'm really excited about Kenyatta Turner, my guest today. We're going to get to her in just a second. But first of all, I want to start by thanking my sponsors again today, Davis Home Inspections and Southpaw's Perfect Pizza. Great friends, great businesses. Please go to their businesses and be part of the community. And also just wanted to remind you about me. I'm Russ Hedge. I'm a coach, motivational speaker. I am an inspiration specialist. That's right. I'm here to inspire you and make your life better. And I love to do this live broadcasting. In fact, besides my podcast, I also do the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, which is going along the ticker on the bottom every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have a chance, tune into that one, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday. It's so much fun, so much fun. Also, the author of, as you see, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. Here to encourage you with this wonderful book, available on Amazon, also in local bookstores in the Oregon area. But yeah, so excited about all the opportunities that we have today. And speaking of opportunities, I've been so blessed to meet this young lady, Kenyatta Turner, who is doing amazing, outstanding things. And without me rambling on any longer, I'm going to bring her in and we're going to say, hey, Kenyatta, how you doing?
Hey, Russ, good morning. How are you?
It is so good to see you. So Kenyatta and I have both already had our dog walks and we've been out and we've been moving, making things happen. And so, that's a good way to start your morning, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's beautiful out. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's stunning here. It's springtime here, so it's gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love the fact that we, can take advantage of the times when there's good weather by just getting out and doing those things. And just, it's beautiful in the outdoors. And Arizona is wonderful, especially this time of year.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Hey, well, listen, let's start off today. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you and all that you're up to?
Oh my gosh, where do we begin? All that I'm up to?
Well, maybe not everything.
I know, right? Russ, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to hop here on your show. I'm honored to be a guest. I just want to first thank and honor you for just being cool. You're like a cool dude. And as soon as I met you, I'm like, I like this dude. He's pretty cool. And now you have me on me on your show. So thank you for that. And then, of course, anyone out there who's watching, hey, happy March. It's March 1st. Hello, March. And excited to be here with you. But I am just loving life. I mean, literally, I love what I do. I love being a part of this online community in this way. And the reason I say that is because I've just been able to meet so many amazing people all over the world, with what I do. And first off, thank you to Zoom and all these online platforms that allow us all to connect, because every day I get to meet somebody new and have fascinating conversations with people like you. So I'm just honored for that. I am the founder and CEO of Freedom Empire Consulting. And I love to help my clients to build their freedom empires and shield their freedom empires, I like to say. And I just have a lot of fun. I'm a personal development coach, and I use behavioral insights as the baseline for that. And so I love talking about behavior and why people make decisions a certain way and how they build relationships and communicate. And, me and my partners, we are just building what we call a behavioral superpowers universe. And there's many dimensions within that. And I just I don't even have a word to describe how I feel about what I get to do every morning when I wake up. So I love it.
Well, my favorite thing you just said there is behavioral superpowers. Let's talk about that. I love that.
Yes. So we like to say, there are a resource and a tool that we have, and we call it the behavioral superpowers. And why is because they truly are your superpowers. There are things that are naturally ingrained in you that make you who you are. But when those are unleashed, you have a better opportunity of doing all that you're capable of unapologetically and with such a deep level of self-awareness that you know what's going on with yourself, and you know why you move the way you move. And these are behaviors. They are starting to be established in our amygdala as young as the age of 3. So it isn't about a personality, a type of assessment. Personalities, you can go get a new one. You can't change your behaviors that readily, if you will. It's something that is just wired within you. So we help people understand that and move forward through that. Now, there are 10 behavioral superpowers. Okay. And one of them is an influencer that happens to be mine. So, and my mom's an influencer as well. My sister is a facilitator, right? These are the names of the behavioral profiles, and all of us are one of the 10. But within the 10, there are about 200 different data points that we measure that identify these particular behavioral tendencies, if you will, that sometimes could be your power and sometimes could be your kryptonite. And so that's why we call them behavioral superpowers, because all of us have them. And think about when you're building a team, think about the Avengers. You need a little bit of everyone, right? And so these powers, you don't send in Hulk to do a quiet job. You send him in to smash, right? So once everyone understands what their powers are, regardless of the system that you're in, whether it be a school, a business, a family dynamic, a coworker, a business partner, then you know who brings which powers to the table. And it makes it much easier to communicate and create behavioral diversity, which improves the opportunity for success.
Yeah, and I think that's important, because when you find people's strengths, when you find their superpowers, and you can combine those with people that have different strengths and different superpowers, it's amazing the things you can get done. And I think a lot of times people just don't identify really where their strength is, and so they struggle. Don't you find that?
Yes,
They struggle because they're trying to do something else.
Yes, and I actually have a phrase for that. I call it square peg round holing it. So that's why. So I try to help people avoid square peg round holing. Can you hear me? Oh, you can take a square peg and shove it into a round hole. But what do you have to do to make that happen? Right? Like, there's a lot of grinding, there's a lot of pushing in there and forcing it. It's bloody, it's painful. Nobody wants to do that, but people do that all the time. They are in a situation in work or business or even a relationship where they're square peg round holding it, because just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. So we try to teach people where they are behaviorally and help them really see, well, this is maybe why being an operations manager is probably not the best fit for you. It's because you don't like structure.
Yeah.
If someone where they offer you a job and the pay is good, you might take it, right? And then find yourself in a situation that isn't really optimized at all, and it's not good for you or anyone else. So we help people avoid that by showing them these things about how they're wired, that, again, how they make decisions, how they communicate, their level of risk, or their propensity for risk versus being concrete or anchored or daring. I mean, we tell them all of these things, and then they find a way to avoid that square peg round hole.
Well, I think just first of all, this is the fun thing about live every morning. A little bit of muffle going on with your mic now. I'm not sure what that is, but I wanted, because we want to hear you clear. You went from really super clear to there was something, I don't know, but that's the fun about love. And now,
is it better?
That's way better. So
yes, it was the mic. It switched from my cool mic to the lame mic.
There you go. And
so now I got it back on the cool mic. It's up here.
There you go. That's the reason I brought it up. So we make sure we get the cool mic working.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So, what I love about what you talk about too is communication. Communication is the key to things going on. If people are not communicating, that is just critical. And I find so much when I work with people, they're having issues in that area, and that can put things to a screeching halt. So not really knowing what your strengths are, and then no communication can be a double negative where you can turn that around. People can be inspired, find what they're strong, what their strength is, and improve their communication. It makes life incredibly better.
Absolutely. Well, Russ, I'm glad you mentioned the communication piece as well, because one of the, I mentioned earlier in our Behavioral SuperPowers universe, we have dimensions. And one of the dimensions is our quadratic communication dimension. So what does that mean? Well, quadratic communication is a behavioral communication superpower, and each one of us falls within one of the quadrants, not only based on our behavioral superpower style, but also there's a little exercise that we can have our clients take. It's about 5 minutes long, and it ranks them in the quadratic communication style. So what are the quadrants? One is lifestyle, one is goal setting, information, and stability. So within those 4 different types of communication styles, very specific things happen, not only based on your behavioral style, but then when you take the exercise, you figure out which one is first, second, third, or fourth. So for me, my number 1 style is lifestyle. Right behind it, goal setting, then information, then stability. So I'm someone who, in lifestyle, I want to know who's going to be there, who's going to be there, and are we going to be having fun? Like I'm interested in that, right? Goal setting next is what's going on, what's the point, and what is the goal, right? Information communicators, they want to know why we're even doing it. Like why, and what are the analytics to prove it? Okay. And then the stability, they want to know how it's going to be done, because if they know how it's going to be done, then they know when it's done correctly and is it sustainable. So if you're talking to people in different quadrants and you are speaking completely different languages, which we often are, that causes relational friction right out the gate.
Right.
So we help melt those walls to those communication by saying, this is how that person's communicating. This is how you're communicating. And this is why you're not communicating.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting because we are so similar, and I love your energy. I just love your zest and your passion for what you do. I mean, it's just incredible. And, that is what I think really draws people in to you. I mean, the first time we met, I knew that you were an awesome person. Thank you for calling me a cool dude. I appreciate that. I knew that you were awesome. So, and I think that it is so important for people to really identify, like you're talking about, where they're coming from, because it's true. We come at different, whether it's generational or whether it's just our makeup, right? Our personality or our behavior, like you said. If we come at it from different angles, it really can mess things up if we don't understand where we're coming from. So I just think that is completely incredible. I just love what you're doing.
Thank you, Russ. It's a lot of fun, and I love watching the light bulb go off in people's eyes when they realize these insights. I mean, they take the exercise and it comes up with the results. And the fantastic part about it, why I love it so much, is that it's sustainable over the long term. So, for instance, the data that we use is 91% predictable over the long term, meaning once someone takes it, they don't need to take it again, because it's not going to change very much, because we're not measuring, again, personality per se. We're measuring their behavior that's already there. So we really help people see what they already knew in some kind of way, but now it's quantifiable in such a way where they can see how hardwired these things are, which can help them or hurt them. Because again, someone like myself, I'm an outgoing, fast-paced influencer. I'm always full of life and bubbly and got things going on. I'm a visionary. I move fast. I talk fast. And that serves me in the right application. But think about how that might not serve me in a different type of application.
Right.
When I might need to slow it down, tone it down, calm down, right? Be a little more patient, a little more empathetic in my listening style,
Right.
ask more questions, talk less. Those are things that I know where I stand. I know where my baseline is. And I know when I'm like, my power is being overplayed, because
Right.
we say a power overplayed can become a struggle, and a struggle unmanaged can become a weakness. And
Right.
that's what we want to help people avoid. And we do that through the self-awareness.
Yeah. And, I think it's interesting because we probably both got this a lot as children. My mother was constantly saying, slow down, Russell. It's okay. It's quiet. It's okay. Stop talking.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Exactly. And there was nothing wrong with us, right? We were just
no,
doing what we were built to do.
that's
But
right.
how often do we have people try to stifle
Right.
and suppress the things about us that they don't understand or they don't think are appropriate?
Yeah.
And
Oh, exactly.
and we do this as children all the time. And so we use this tool for children as well. Someone as young as the age of 12 can take the same exercise and find out the same information. And we use it in school systems where teachers know it, the students know it, everybody knows it, because then now you can know what's going on with that child and just know that they might need a different approach. And just because they're always very flexible versus very structured doesn't mean that being flexible is incorrect, because, one kid is structured and one kid's not. They both are still going to get it done, but you have to be able to facilitate their learning style. And so we also can teach people their learning styles with this information, because it's very important when you think about how you absorb information.
Right.
You do it based on your behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is such awesome information. We could keep talking forever, but our time's up. And so we need to make sure we let everybody know how do they get a hold of Kenyatta, because they're going to want to do that.
Absolutely. So you can go to freedomempireconsulting.com. That's my website. Definitely go there. You can contact me there. And also on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn under Kenyatta Turner. And I'm actually going to take the last few seconds, because I remember I mentioned today is the first day of a 30-day video challenge. It's called hashtag 30 days or 30 days of video. And this is my first video. So I'm going to just do this real quick. So you will be in my first video. So put your face back up here so we can see you.
Let's do it.
Let me turn this thing
Okay,
around.
here we go.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Kenyatta here. And check it out. I am on Russ Hedges' Awesome Marketing with Russ show. It is in the morning on March 1st. And this is my first video for the hashtag 30 days of video challenge. This is hosted by Steve Sullivan, Junaid Ahmed, Rob Howes, and a whole bunch of other people. So let's see if you can see. Wave at the camera, Russ. Can they see you in there?
Oh,
Yeah. So I just want to pop in and say, hey, I'm excited about this video challenge. You'll see 30 more videos from me, one a day starting today. So welcome to the first one. Kenyatta Turner with Freedom Empire Consulting. Bye.
bye.
Thanks, Russ.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're multitasking, nothing like live video. So
There you go.
hey, thank you so much. You have become a friend overnight. I appreciate you so much and all that you're doing. And we will talk again soon. But for today, have an awesome day. And we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to send you out. Hang tight in the green room for just a second, and we'll talk in a minute.
Thank you, Russ. Bye, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. That was so awesome with Kenyatta today. I appreciate you all joining me today on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie Live. And if you didn't see this live, make sure and put hashtag replay, make comments. We really appreciate you. It sits on the platforms on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and I'll also get it on LinkedIn, and all the podcast platforms will have the audio version. So tune into that, make comments, like it, share it with your friends. Subscribe to my page on YouTube. I appreciate you so much. And until we talk to you again, have an awesome day and an awesome life. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.